1 week on the Big Island, part 2. We have lava tubes, manta ray, moonlight snorkeling, botanical gardens, you name it, we did it. Make sure you watch until the end so you can see how much we spent in these 2 days and a sneak peek of the finale, part 3, that comes out next week.
Valerie, Kyle Travel Channel.
We just got to Kona Heaven. It's on Ali'i Street right under Foster's Kitchen. And I got a pour over coffee to go with a Lilikoi bar for breakfast. So we're gonna try those out. I'll let you know how they taste. Here is the Lilikoi bar. I'm gonna try a little bit while we wait. My pour over coffee is gonna take, I don't know, 5 minutes. I did get a French press. Passion fruit bar looks really good. It's sweet. It's a little bit tart at the end. And now my mouth is watering because of the tartness at the end. But I'm gonna have another bite. It's very good. We're back to the room. I showed you the Lilikoi bar, so now I have my 12 ounce pour over 100% Kona coffee. This was $10 for 12 ounces. It's pricey if you want the real thing. I looked up Kona coffee before we came just to see what to expect. One, why it's so expensive. Two, why people are obsessed with it. It's very good. Can I tell the difference between this one and other coffees I've had? You tell me. Has anyone had Kona coffee? What do you think? Are you in love with it? Is it worth it? I think it's worth trying, at least while you're here. It's supposed to have chocolatey flavor undertones with like hazelnut and caramely and then sweet fruity aftertaste. Earlier I thought I could taste the kind of milk chocolatey undertones. What do you guys think? Our plan for the rest of the day was to make it over to Hilo. The first stop on the way to Hilo was the Hawaii Tropical Botanical Gardens. The drive there was weird. We were going over one-lane bridges. We weren't even sure we were going the right way half the time. So if you feel like you're getting lost on the way, you're probably going the right way. We made it just fine. I will say bring bug spray if you don't have any with you already because it is pricey and you will need it. I'll show you our experience. I highly recommend going if you're into botanical gardens, the outdoors, the scenery. It is beautiful. We made it. So we are in Hilo at the Hawaii Tropical Botanical Gardens. Kyle loves gardens. We're gonna see what all they have. Flowers. Here's the boardwalk. Fairly steep at the beginning. They said it was a loop, and there are little signs along the way that show you what kind of a plant you're looking at. There's some giant bamboo that reminded me of the bamboo forest that I went to in Korea. As you walk into the garden, it is very steep at first. Make sure you wear some decent shoes. I did fall down and scrape my knee. I fell down on completely flat ground, so if you have any walking problems, wear some shoes that are comfortable and easy to walk in. I still have a scar on my knee. It'll probably be here forever, but it was worth it. You can see all the beautiful flowers. Hibiscus the size of your hand, the biggest one I've ever seen. It is interesting. The owner of the botanical gardens originally purchased the land. It was overgrown, it said, with impenetrable jungle choked with invasive species and weeds, thorn thickets, and they worked on removing that every day, 7 days a week, until the garden opened in 1984.
Like a damn dragon egg.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Kyle's dragon egg was about the size of a softball, heavy and dense. I think it's from a snake fruit palm tree. If I'm wrong, let me know. That was the best I could find. I think we actually spent a few hours at the Botanical Gardens running around, taking pictures, enjoying the beautiful scenery. We did have a quick stop at the Rainbow Falls. If you have this on your list, I highly, highly recommend it. We just made it to Rainbow Falls. The parking lot's pretty full, so we're gonna go find some other parking. Okay, it's pretty busy, actually.
There's a rainbow.
Oh, pretty! Yeah. Oh my gosh. Rainbow Falls. You can see the rainbow over here. You could see it better at the lookout point. It's touristy photo time. After this, we decided we were starving and we wanted to go into Hilo and have something for lunch. I just Googled which restaurant was the best and it came up with Pineapples. This is Pineapples restaurant. Menu looks great. I can see why. It was delicious. My goodness, we had the Korean short ribs that had some pulled pork with it. As if we didn't do enough already, we are driving back to Kona and we drove through some crazy weather. It was rainy, it was foggy, it was sunny, a little bit of everything. We wanted to give ourselves plenty of time to rest up because tonight is the Moonlight Manta Ray Snorkel excursion. So this is the second of the 3 things that we did purchase that were kind of excursions. The first one was the Mauna Kea Sunset Summit and Stargazing. That's in part 1. Definitely go back and watch that if you haven't. Then we have the Moonlight Snorkel, which we found on Viator. We just looked at the one that had the best reviews and the most reviews. I cannot recommend this one enough. It was Hang Loose Boat Tours. We were worried about not seeing manta rays. We saw so many. It was amazing. They take you out. You do get snacks on the boat. It's probably a 20-minute boat ride or so over to the spot where they have LED lights in the water. You swim over, you grab onto the raft, and you get to watch all the manta rays swim around. One thing I am so happy I did was rent a GoPro from the guys that were running the tour. It was $42. I do have a cell phone with a pouch, and in my other videos, I was able to use that no problem. You can see the snorkeling videos. They turned out really good. You can see very clear. It's a great video. However, the water was far more calm in those videos than it was here. If I was only trying to use my cell phone pouch, I could definitely see it could have ripped and had a little tear in it, let water in, ruined my phone. This was one thing that I did that I'm so happy I didn't cheap out on because, as you know, we don't like to spend a lot of money. And you are in the water for about an hour, if not a little more. And the other part of it is you're holding on to the raft with one hand, so you only have one free arm. And I know with my cell phone pouch, I do have to hold it with 2 hands sometimes so it doesn't get floppy. Like I said, rent a GoPro, bring a GoPro, whatever you do, go that route instead of trying to use a cell phone pouch. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, enough about my rant about cell phone pouches. Here is some of the footage. I'm only putting a little bit on here, and then I will have a separate video that you can click on the end that is all the manta ray footage. I cut it all down. I think I have 25 full minutes, and the manta rays just got more playful as time went on. So they were doing swirls, coming up closer to the surface. It was fantastic. Here we go.
What up, YouTube?
That's where I did it. I hope you enjoyed the manta ray video. Make sure you watch the full footage at the end because the manta rays are just magical. It's so amazing to be underwater with them. Now is our next day. We did spend an entire day at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. We did use Shaka tours. I will tell you all about that experience.
As we explore, I'll be giving you driving directions, talking story, and recommending things to see and do to help you make the most of your day.
We just parked and we're walking over to the lava tubes. So up that way is the additional parking at the overlook, the Kilauea overlook. We were able to get parking in the lot that's the closest to where you can hike down to the center of the crater. We did have to wait for a few minutes, but people are in and out pretty quick, so it was worth the wait. We're walking right now. We'll do the tubes and then the crater. Okay, so it's steep descent.
Please use the handrail.
I have to use the handrail because I fell down yesterday at the Botanical Gardens. I wasn't even doing anything. Just fell down. This is actually pretty comparable to that. I do have different shoes on. Maybe that's helpful. I don't know.
Rack.
Okay, he's guiding me because I can't be trusted. Switch hands. Before we head into the lava tube, I wanted to go over how it was formed. So it was about 500 years ago. There was an eruption on Kilauea, and the tube was created when the lava flowed and cooled and solidified on the outside while the lava on the inside was still hot, continued to flow, eventually drained out. We are left with a lava tube. Very cool, very interesting. We're going to walk all the way through. Here we go.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do this first.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So we're in the lava tube.
Echo.
Okay. Oh God.
Can you just stand, just keep an arm on me or something? Jesus.
Well, it's hard to see.
You make me so nervous.
I know. This is crazy.
I didn't tell you to walk into it.
You told me walk in the puddle.
It's a puddle, please walk right into it.
The lava tube itself is about 600 feet. It's a very quick walk. We did do this first before we did anything else because from all the information we read, it does get very, very busy, especially when they have tours coming in. And you can see here, we are already at the end of the lava tube. You go up the stairs and then you pop back out. This is one of the things that I cannot recommend enough. When you go, make sure you visit the national park. Make sure you walk the full lava tube. We just got done at the Thurston lava tubes and we are back at the visitor center. We're going to restart the Shaka tour and go through the whole volcano one. I think it can take 3-4 hours, a half day.
We're now driving on
A half day if you decide to do all the hikes. We're ready to go.
Now, it's believed that Pele's power to control volcanoes is what created the islands of Hawaii.
Kyle was reading and doing research on the trip and came across Shaka tours. These are self-guided driving tours where you can start the recording and it has a GPS location and it talks to you throughout the tour. It'll tell you different places to stop. And for us, for Volcano National Park, this was actually really great. I didn't know exactly what we were going to learn or hear. It told us stories about the different gods. It told us some really good overlook points. It also told us about, on one side of the road, there was a rock that was a specific shape, and it gave the history of how it got that way and different theories. Definitely recommend trying it out, it was $20, or you can get multiples with a discount. But for $20, we got a driving tour throughout the whole national park, learned some things, learned the history, saw some things we wouldn't have known to even stop and look at unless we were taking the tour. We are going down into the crater using Crater Rim Trail. So from where I'm standing, if you look all the way down in the middle, that's where we are headed.
We're tracking Valerie. We're gonna get her. Wow, extreme close up.
Okay, we just got to the crater and we're gonna walk into it. Volcanic rock. We are in the crater, and it does feel like you're on another planet. That's where everybody's coming in and out. It's wild. Hiking back up at 1:55 and it's 2:22. Better than I thought, less than a half an hour. Yay! You know, I'm always looking for a good photo op. Anyway, as you're walking around Volcano National Park, there are 3 different kinds of lava. 2 of them you would see here. Is one of them. It's very spiky. I went over this in a different video. This type of lava that we are surrounded by is pahoehoe, and they say that this is smooth. It's almost like a brownie batter, and looking at the surface, it does look like a fresh pan of brownies that are crackly on the top. In fact, I kind of want to go eat some brownies right now, but I won't. We continue to explore for the rest of the day. After we left Volcano National Park, which I left a lot out. We did so many different stopping points that I didn't want to make a 4-hour video about everything we did. We went to Black Sand Beach. So there's Black Sand Beach, White Sand Beach, Green Sand Beach. We thought we were going to be able to hit all 3 during our week here. We were only able to make it to Black Sand Beach because we had so many other things planned. It was very pretty. The sand is amazing. I'm going to show you a little bit of that here so you can see if it's something you're interested in. Black Sand Beach, just in time for the sunset. Plenty of parking, thank goodness. Okay, here's the Black Sand Beach. We made it before sunset. My goodness. We weren't sure if we were going to. We're zipping along coming from the volcano park. So yay, we're here. Black Sand Beach is beautiful. The sand is more coarse. It's not going to be the really fine sand. There were people there with chairs to watch the sunset. It is so cool that the entire beach is just black. All the black sand. Dang it, I wish we would have gone to the green sand beach and the white sand beach just to be able to compare. Here you can see me picking up some of the sand. Like I said, it's very coarse. After we visited Black Sand Beach, we had a drive back to Ali'i Street where we were finishing up our final night at the Vakasa. And what a better way than to go back to Island Lava Java, where we had brunch the other day. Today we're going to do dinner, and it did not disappoint. I really, really like this restaurant. All right, I got ahi bites. And I got the kanaka fries with the furikake seasoning on it. This is what I have been waiting for. The tuna bites were my favorite part of this meal. They were so flaky on the outside with the batter and the seasoning, and then the inside, the tuna was cooked so perfect. After this, we did get dessert. I left in our little couples banter here because it made me laugh. Hopefully it makes you laugh. Here it is.
Well, I thought we were sharing it, then you went and got ice cream.
I didn't want it.
No, you don't
like it when I'm my own person. It's very startling to you.
I know, but sometimes you should just follow me on some things, maybe.
I did. That's how I ended up eating that ahi vegetable stir fry the first night and was like, that's not what I wanted.
I try your ice cream?
Yeah.
Island breeze for you guys.
Michael.
Thank you. All right.
Michael, Michael.
That thing is the size of your head.
You're the size of my head.
And you have the tiniest little spoon. When in Hawaii, you have to get Hawaiian shaved ice. This was at Gecko Girl, right over by the Island Lava Java in the Foster's Kitchen area. Really, really delicious. We did share everything. And now I'm going to go through how much we spent the last 2 days. All right, so we're on day 4. I did get the coffee and the Lilo Koi bar. That was $16. We went to the Botanical Gardens, 2 tickets, and mosquito spray was $80. The tickets were $30 each, and the mosquito spray was $20. So if you can, bring your own from somewhere else. We should have done that. Gas, $20. Pineapples and Hilo was $44. Safeway, $21 for some snacks. For the Moonlight Manta snorkel, we cashed out points. That was $180. We paid with points. And then we had the GoPro rental for $42. Final total for day 4, $223. Moving on to day 5, we did start with more coffee. That's apparently all I've gotten. $8 for that, and more coffee, $4.50. Gas, $31. Volcano National Park, I bought a little pin. We had already purchased the park pass for $55 to go to the park in the first video, so that got us into this one as well. Island Lava Java, $86. Kona shaved ice and ice cream, $17. Day 5 total, $154.50. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss part 3 coming out next week, where we go to the Hilton Waikoloa Village. We do the Legends of Hawaii Luau at Waikoloa Village. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please click here to watch the full manta ray footage from our excursion, and click here to watch part 1 if you haven't done that already.